excuse me, continue to uphold the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. We've got a pretty good show for today. We're going to be talking to one of our crew, Mr. Patrick Tarr. He's going to have some really good answers to some really good questions. So stay tuned. We'll see you soon. Until next time, this is W.A. Mitchell. America, carry on. Welcome back. I'd like to introduce our producer, Mr. Patrick Tarr. I'm not the only one with opinions on this show and want to express ways our government and our country should be going. Patrick, I understand that you believe that President Obama does in fact want more power.
Well, yeah, and it's not just exclusive to him. I think most of the people we have in Washington are all about more power.
But don't they swear to uphold the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic?
Well, supposedly. You know, I guess if they all took their oath seriously, most of us, you know, we probably wouldn't be here, and most of us wouldn't have a problem with what was going on.
So what you're telling me is they don't take their oath seriously, but it's all about power.
Well, I think, who was it, John Conyers, or someone recently said how, you know, in response to whether the government taking over health care was constitutional, he flat out admitted most of what we do is not constitutional.
I believe you're referring to Senator Claiborne, Democrat
Yep,
from South
that's
Carolina.
right. That's right. It was Jim Clyburn from South Carolina. Yeah.
That seems to be a little bit of a danger that people in power, especially people in Washington, D.C., the ones that are supposedly representing us, don't care about us, don't care about their oath. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think that kind of sums it up.
All right, real good. And, you know, if this ball continues to roll and more power continues to flow from the American people to the politicians in Washington, D.C., what do you see as the results?
Well, you know, there's a lot of things that could happen. I think, just to boil it down simply, individual citizens will continue to lose freedom and liberty as the government gains more and more power.
And do you think the power is being concentrated in Congress or in the presidency?
You know, to some extent both. However, I think there's a very good case to be made that at least over the last decade or so, the executive office has continued to gain more and more power. I find it surprising that, you know, a lot of the Republicans that are now upset had no problem when Bush was signing executive orders left and right and gaining more power for himself.
Himself or for the executive branch?
Well, the executive branch, yes, exactly. That's just it. It's for himself while he's in there, but then he hands that off to the next person.
Which happened to be Barack Obama. So,
yeah,
at some point in time, Patrick, what's going to happen to Barack Obama?
Well, that's just it. You know, Obama's not going to be there forever unless he makes himself dictator. You know, the Republicans that are upset now had no problem when Bush was doing it. The Democrats who were complaining about Bush doing it have no problem now that it's Obama in office. As long as it's their guy, they have no problem with it. It seems on both sides. And, you know, to the people that love Obama doing it now, I just say one simple thing. You know, what if in 2012 we have President-elect Sarah Palin or President-elect Glenn Beck?
Oh boy, I tell you what, that'd send some people over the edge, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, just how about a yes or no answer for me? Do you think this health care reform, whatever you want to call it, is it in fact constitutional?
You
In
know,
your opinion, I mean, I don't know if you're a constitutional scholar or not.
I would say no,
Because
I happen to have a copy of the Constitution right here, and I guess I would like to point out to people, you know, these are pretty easy to pick up. Pick them up pretty much anywhere, fairly cheap.
I bet you can even get it online or go to one of those places, the news places. What is that new place called? Oh, a library.
There's nothing in here that states that the federal government should have anything to do with health care. In fact, I guess, quite honestly, it states right here, oh, Amendment 10. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively, or to the people. Pretty simple, cut and dry. It's one sentence, and it clearly states that if it doesn't say in the Constitution that the federal government has a right to take over 1/6 of the economy with the healthcare industry, that it's reserved to the states and the people. You know, and I think that's something too, just to expand on this a little bit. You read the Constitution, it's, look how small that is. 10th Amendment, straightforward, one sentence, anybody can understand it. On the other hand, this right here was a preliminary copy of the Baucus bill for healthcare. This is 839 pages.
839 pages. How many trees is that?
The one that they actually voted on last night,
On the 21st, yeah.
on the 21st, in the Senate, is over 2,000 pages.
Yeah, but
So
it was
it's
shorter than the House version.
2.5 times this size. Like I say, simple, straightforward, easy to understand. I challenge anyone. I got this from Ben Nelson's office, and I thank them for giving me a copy of this. But I would challenge anybody to take a look at this and read this and see how simple and understandable it is. It's not.
Well, I'm sure Ben Nelson's read it all.